the video game industry. It's been in darkness, just like this, for a very long time, especially in the country of India. But in this video, I'm going to tell you how to get in. Whether it be India or abroad, I'm going to tell you the path to being a video game designer and actually having a job. Lights on. Awesome. So I'd start your career following the right people on Twitter. Now, I follow a lot of video game designers on my Twitter, so maybe that's a good starting point. But the idea is you don't want the CEO of Ubisoft or anything like that. You want people who work with engines. So the best keywords to search for on Twitter are Unreal Engine or Unity. And eventually you'll find a bunch of people. If you click on the people tab on Twitter, you'll find a bunch of people who are working with the engine. If they have a decent number of followers, maybe 1,000 plus, go give them a follow, because now you stay in the loop with what they want. Whenever they make a post, like their post and comment, right? Give your viewpoint on something. And obviously only do this once you know a little bit of the engine, otherwise you end up making a fool of yourself. The reason you're doing this is when you interact with somebody with less than 1,000 followers, maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers, they remember you. They remember your profile picture, so don't change your profile picture. They remember what you commented. Trust me, they do. And they also are more likely to reply to you if you need something from them. Keep that in mind as we go through the next points. The next thing is actually learn an engine. Look, you can't get into the video game industry without being good at some engine or the other. Either you get good at Blender, which is not really an engine, but it's a 3D modeling software, or you get good with Materials, which is Substance Painter, or you get good with Unreal Engine, or you get good with Unity. You need to get good with one of these few things. And if you choose something like Unreal, you don't need to be an all-rounder. You don't need to be very good at all the features of Unreal. Just pick one thing. Pick lighting or pick level design, right? And get good at that. Get good enough such that you are able to create a portfolio. And look, the problem with making games is that not everyone is going to have time to download your games. So your portfolio can't be linked to your games because nobody is going to download it. If you truly want to make games, then make sure they are WebGL games so that they can be rendered and played on a browser, which means you can't have like really complex 3D stuff flying around because your browser is not going to be as performant as a PC. I would suggest though that you make cutscenes, which are very easy to render, and you can just put them on YouTube, right? You can put cutscenes of your game or just still images and put them on a platform called ArtStation. ArtStation is where all the 3D modelers and gamers reside today. And it is a very popular place to discover inspiration, to discover people and their Twitter profiles, and put up your own work and build a portfolio. I would not suggest distributing your downloadable games because nobody's going to download that. Now, people often ask me, how much content do I need in my portfolio? And the right answer to that is anywhere between 5 to 10 pieces of content, of different content, right? So if you have a cutscene of something, maybe you made a level and you made a cutscene of it, don't have a cutscene of the same level but a different angle. Don't do that. Create a new level. Show variety in what you've created, right? Because this portfolio creation is very important. And make sure this portfolio creation is in your Twitter bio. You need the link to that portfolio, the ArtStation link. Put that in your Twitter bio so that people can see and they can click immediately without even talking to you. Next, whenever you think you're ready, since you've been warming these people in the industry up and you've been talking to them, commenting on them, they might not be replying, but you might be commenting on them, asking them questions, etc., etc. One day, just DM them. You know, a lot of people in the industry, especially the Unreal Engine folks, are always hiring via Twitter. Just like I'm always hiring React Native developers over Twitter, same with the Unreal Engine Unity ecosystem, right? So there will be a day where they're hiring and they say, hey, we are hiring XYZ. And it's very common for them to hire junior folks. The minute they do that, shoot a comment and send them a DM. In the comments, say, hey, I've sent you a DM. In the DM, put your portfolio. Put the best pieces from your portfolio, send them your ArtStation, and make a sale. Look, no industry is such where you don't have to sell yourself. You as a product, you as the skills you have. So make a sale, have a good conversation, and ask for an intro. Sometimes, even if they're not hiring, you can send them a DM and ask for an intro for the company they work at. See, with the gaming industry, you just need one foot in the door. Because game dev is an offshoot of app dev, in the sense it works similarly. It's not really an offshoot, but it works similarly. It can also be done remote, right? So all you need is one foot in the door, one or two connections willing to refer you, one project, and then you are in. Then it's all about getting referrals from one place to the next place because they identify the company that you worked at and are more likely to hire from a competitor or a similar company than hiring somebody who has no experience or skills. This is how you get into the game dev industry. Now, we ran a one-year course called Avalon Meta Pro Leagues. We taught people game dev, we taught people Unreal Engine. It was a one-year-long course in Unreal Engine. That's how vast Unreal is. And we managed to place several of them in some of the top companies in India, right? And ongoing, we're still placing more people. And we've seen that the game dev industry is very friendly and warm to newcomers. So keep that in mind. People know you're a beginner. You don't need to be the best in the world. Your portfolio is what will make you look good in their eyes. So work on that portfolio, work on your network, and win the game. Bye.
We the best coming out of BK, I thought you knew that. Step up in the function, all these women like who that got me looking like money, yeah, they love me, yeah, true that.